Argentina finds itself at a crossroads once again, not because of a new election or sudden crisis, but because of the slow, deliberate movement of justice. Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, once the country's most powerful woman, has announced she will surrender herself to authorities on Wednesday the 18th of June. The news follows the Supreme Court's decision to uphold her 6-year prison sentence and permanent disqualification from public office, tied to a major corruption case dating back to her presidency. It is a dramatic moment, no doubt. But in Argentina, where politics and identity are deeply intertwined, it is also an emotional one. For many, Cristina represents more than a political figure. She is a symbol of progress, of defiance, of the deep divides that run through the country's recent history. At the center of the legal saga is the Vialidad case, focused on public works contracts awarded during her time as president between 2007 and 2015. Prosecutors accused her of favoring businessman Lázaro Báez, a longtime associate, with dozens of overpriced or incomplete construction projects in her home province of Santa Cruz. The total value of those contracts exceeded $70 million, and the court ruled they were granted in a fraudulent manner. In 2022, she was sentenced to 6 years in prison and permanently banned from holding public office. The decision was challenged but ultimately upheld by the Supreme Court earlier this month, marking a significant legal and political milestone in the country's democratic era. Cristina has never accepted the verdict quietly. Since the beginning, she has insisted that she is the victim of what she calls lawfare, a weaponization of the legal system for political ends. Many of her supporters agree, arguing that Argentina's judiciary has long been entangled with conservative power structures and media conglomerates. To them, this is not justice but persecution. And while Cristina has stepped back from active leadership in recent months, her voice remains powerful and defiant. "We're not the mafia right wing that evades justice," she declared recently, making clear that she would not run or hide. Her message comes not only from a place of pride, but also of pain. In 2022, she survived an assassination attempt that shocked the nation. The trauma of that event, combined with her age and security concerns, makes it likely that she will serve her sentence under house arrest rather than in prison. The broader political landscape is watching closely. Cristina's move comes at a time when President Javier Milei's administration is seeking to assert itself in a deeply polarized country. He has welcomed the Supreme Court's decision, describing it as a victory for accountability. Meanwhile, members of the Justicialist Party and her Peronist allies have called for mass mobilization in her support. A large demonstration is expected on the day she turns herself in, with organizations marching from her home in Constitution to the Comodoro Pi courthouse. Supporters see this as a moment to reclaim their voice. Detractors see it as political theater. But for many ordinary Argentines, it is simply another reminder that their country is still grappling with the legacies of power, corruption, and justice. Cristina Fernández de Kirchner may no longer hold office, but she remains a defining figure in Argentina's political life. With legal battles still ongoing in other cases, including the so-called Hotessa and Lost Sources investigations, she is unlikely to disappear from the public eye anytime soon. What happens on Wednesday may not change the legal outcome, but it will shape the emotional and political tone of the months to come. Whether viewed as a fallen leader, a martyr of the system, or a symbol of impunity finally brought to justice, Cristina still matters. Perhaps now more than ever. And in the midst of courtrooms, protests, and headlines, one truth endures: Argentina is still writing its story. The question is, who gets to hold the pen?